doing a Gambit show, like, ruins the whole concept of Gambit for all the people who haven't seen Gambit, right?
It's fucking 40 years later. Right? Come on, give me a break. It's like the greatest idea. It's the simplest
It was
concept
awesome.
ever.
I loved it.
It's only great. Yeah, I mean, and I think it's actually out on Warner. Is it Warner Archive?
Universal Vault.
Universal Archive. Get it. It's an amazing movie. I think Coens are remaking it, but it's a great film.
If they ever get around to it.
If they ever get around to it. But I wanted to do that episode since the first season, and we talked about it. It was super complicated, and then finally, with the third season, it's like, look, I have to do this. And Bill and I talked, and Bill's like, all right, go off on your own for like a week. Like I got it, and I went off. I was like holed up like Kurtz in like Apocalypse Now. Like my wife wouldn't even talk to me. She's like, Kevin's in the office writing. And the first draft of the script was like 60-something pages. It was so long. Like usually a TV show script is like 27. So then it was literally just like cutting just to get to that, like to get like hone it down. But I'm super psyched. I mean, people seem to like it, so like I'm super psyched.
I think they loved it.
I'll try not to curse as much because I cursed a lot on the floor. I'm sorry.
Who cares?
Anybody have a question out there?
Oh,
Right
wait,
here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Before your question, I just wanted to give credit where credit's due. Courtney directed the second episode that you guys saw, 304, that with Ian with the Braveheart, which I thought was amazing.
Yes.
Ian was so funny, and like a funny kind of like side story. Like Courtney's directed some stuff before, and since the beginning, she's like, I want to direct a show, direct an episode. And we're like, okay, sure. And this one, like we gave her the script. And she looked at it over the weekend, and then she said to me, she goes, yeah, I was, David and I were looking at it so I could kind of storyboard out my shots. And I said, oh, that's cool, okay, David Arquette, whatever. But, storyboarding out your shots. And she's like, no, David's finishing with Dragon Tattoo. And I was like, wait, so Courtney and David Fincher storyboarded out some of the shots that you saw in that. So technically David Fincher directed Cougar Town, which is fucking the coolest thing in the world.
That's pretty fucking cool.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I noticed on the first season, all the episodes seem to be named after a Tom Petty song.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a point behind that? And by
Yeah,
the way,
and they still are. They still are. Tom
what I
Petty.
thought.
Tom Petty has done like 100-something songs, and Bill has roots in Florida. I'm from Florida. It's kind of the reason the show's set in Florida. And when shows start, it's like we try to find a clever way to title shows. Like Friends is like the one with the blah blah blah, and we're like, why not just do Tom Petty songs? So that's the reason why. Yeah.
By the way, if you do Braveheart, there has to be an ass shot.
An ass shot? Ian, will you give them an ass shot?
DVD extras.
Thank you, Blake. Blake, are you single right now? Dan?
Don't do this.
Why not? Blake and Dan are single tonight, by the way. These two. Just to let you guys know.
And I'm on vacation.
And Ian's on vacation.
I like your wife, even though I don't know her.
Oh, I love my wife. And I'm on vacation.
More questions?
My favorite little note in that last episode was when you decide to have the camera go around them for the Kiss the Girl.
Wouldn't that cool?
Yeah,
Now, you know
so
what?
sweet.
Bill directed the first episode and this episode, and Bill's a great writer and great director, and I thought he knocked it out of the park in this one. I think it's really cool. That was all Bill.
Over here.
What is your favorite Worthless Peon song? And is the Cougar Town community, is that friendly fire? Are you guys, you and Dan Harmon, like in on that?
My favorite, the first part, favorite Worthless Peon song, I think is, I like the Hey Ya song they did on Scrubs. I thought that was super cool. But I like Kiss the Girl at the end of this. I thought that was great. And then as far as the community thing, that is the friendliest back and forth in the world. Like after, seriously, there's Dan runs the show, and then Neil and Garrett are basically the two guys kind of who really run it underneath him. Neil and Garrett are guys from Scrubs. And we talked about every single time they ever did a Cougar Town joke on that show, they would literally send us pages like, what do you guys think? Like, so it's like, Cougar Town Abbey, I know, right? So it's incredibly friendly back and forth, yeah.
Somebody higher up in the, okay, over here.
I wanted to know, because I can only guess, y'all probably did a lot more with that green screen that you didn't actually show us, right? Because I imagine everybody was playing on that thing.
Would you guys like to answer that? Dan, it's where you
I don't
live.
think we did more than what we showed.
There's more stuff in the other episodes, in future episodes.
Other
There's more,
episodes,
yeah.
I don't remember what that was.
Is there anything you've ever really wanted to do with a green screen?
With the green screen? I mean, I think there's a lot of untapped potential there for sure, but
I think so too. I wanted to do a whole. The reason we wanted to do it at the beginning of the year is because we thought we could like kind of like ape Colbert and do like basically like give fans green screen stuff and say make whatever you want. And
Right.
we never did it because we're lazy. But there's more green screen stuff coming up. But that's
in
probably
season 4.
in season 4 and 5. Yeah, right.
Let's see. Okay.
All right, good night.
Up there, top middle.
How did y'all come up with the idea of Travis making the noise as he throws?
Did we?
Something that I do. It was stripped right from
I think
real
that is
life.
right from Dan. Yeah.
No, I don't know how that happened, but it still continues to this day. I did that just a couple weeks ago when I was playing penny can or something.
Well, that's one of those.
Could you do it for us now, Dan?
Yeah, Dan, do it. Do it, Dan.
Come
Do
on.
the nose, Dan. Do the nose, Dan.
Where did the line "he's blacker than space" come
That's
from?
Blake. That's Blake right there.
Tell me about the evolution of the moment where you decided he's blacker than space, because I think that was just fucking brilliant.
We decided we wanted her to date an African American who you will be seeing at some point. This is not just a fictional character. This is someone who's going to appear. And we just thought it would be funny if she wanted to date someone who is not just black, but super black. That was one of the weirder experiences we've had in the writer's room, is sitting around trying to think of ways to say dark black, and blacker than space was what we went with.
Did not feel like horrible racist.
Yeah, did not feel horribly racist.
You know, the weirdest moment I ever had in a writer's room was I was doing this pilot for Ain't It Cool at Comedy Central, and Kevin was one of the writers on it, and I was talking with Scott. What was Scott's last name?
Carter?
You don't know what
Yeah, Scott
Scott's
Carter.
name was.
Scott Carter, who worked with Bill Maher on Politically Incorrect and all that. And we're having a very serious sort of meeting about this goofy show. And the next thing I hear is the guy who is Moriarty on Ain't It Cool screaming, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And I turn, and Kevin has 2 of his testicles out of his pants and is standing around dancing with them out. And everybody starts screaming. How often does that happen in y'all's?
That is standard writer's room behavior.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny, the conversation that Grayson and Ellie had, is that racist? We had that same conversation because we liked the joke. We're like, wait, is that racist? And we had to kind of confer. I don't know, not really. She likes guys to be dark black. That's not bad, is it?
It's like white guilt, like looming over.
Right? Maybe?
You can't say anything about black people or else you'll go to hell.
It's the worst show in the world if I'm like the ethnic on it.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah. Seriously, that it got on TV because it was like, I was the Puerto Rican. So
Everyone's white. No, it's Puerto Rican or Greek or something. I don't know. Sure. He's tan.
Another question.
Over here.
Get the best cast impersonation.
Josh Hopkins can impersonate everyone, but he does Dan a lot.
I'm sure you can do it too.
Yeah, you can do it, Ian. Come on, Ian.
Oh yeah, but you can do it too.
Dan, can you do an Ian? No.
That was good! That was great! There's nothing wrong with that!
Do you guys drink as much wine in the writer's room and on set as you do on the show?
Okay, on set, do you guys, Ian, do you ever drink at all on set?
Yeah. Not while we're shooting it. Like the stuff you see on camera is actually like grape juice or imitation wine.
By the way, that's such horse shit because halfway through the second episode, Ian leaned over to me and went, "I was so drunk during that."
All right. Well, when I'm sitting waiting to go on, I get bored and I go, well, hey, there's some wine over there, and I'll have a couple, 2, 3. Hey. Yeah, I saw this in the paper. We drink.
Season 1, there was a lot.
Yeah, season 1 there was a lot more drinking going on because we were so excited that we were actually working, and it was kind of like a honeymoon period. And we're like, yeah, we have jobs and that, and we would go out and like during lunch, we go to this restaurant. And they have Wine Wednesdays, and half bottle prices of wine.
No, don't you?
And so we would, and so after lunch, everything slowed down.
But I kind of always thought we were way funnier too post lunch.
Yeah, no one else did.
Well, you might have been funnier in your head, but you were fucking hard to understand.
Yeah, I have a problem
What was that?
speaking
We gotta move
normally, and when I get drunk, I slur everything. And so we had, yeah, it was first season with the Shawshank Redemption one, where and I had to say, full Shawshank? What's full Shawshank? And it was about 20 takes. Full Shawshank, full Shawshank, full Shawshank. And then Brad Van Hol would just, he knew the line was coming, and he would just look at me, just like waiting for me to mess it up. It's like, buddy, you're gonna screw it up.
I think we kind of dug our hole because at the end of this year we decided that Dan turns 21. So next season, and there's going to be a next season. I swear to God, there's going to be a next season. Let's keep watching the show. There's going to be a next season. He's 21.
And collect your $1,000.
That's right.
And
that's
we did do
real.
that scene you were talking about last
Yes,
night
that's
with me, and like I was pretty much in a nude-colored Speedo in front of 100 people. I don't want to give too much away.
Just another Friday.
But yeah, and I was supposed to be completely like drunk off my ass, and I pretty much was.
It would have been better if he was actually nude, because I think he was so nervous about shooting it that he had a few drinks before. And then I think after you shot it like a couple of times, you're like, well, let's try this one naked.
Going, yeah.
I think you should have just taken them off. You're amongst friends and family. Would have been great. I mean, you know, we would have pixelated it. It would have been great.
Leave something for the imagination.
Oh, I've seen it while you were sleeping. Over there on the side.
Do you think we can expect Hooch to show up as her boyfriend?
Hooch?
Yeah.
Hooch is crazy. Hooch ain't showing up on that show. I think Hooch is still in prison.
And above you, there was another person on the side.
What about
Kevin?
Kevin? The old roommate.
Oh! Kevin, okay, this is Lamarcus Tinker, who was on Friday Night Lights, who was Travis, who was Dan.
He was on Glee.
Friday Night Lights. I love that show. Great show.
A lot that shot here in Austin.
I know, shot in Austin. Past the Lightning Strip and Man's Barbecue on the way.
What up, Man's
Well,
Barbecue?
Kevin, I love Kevin. Kevin's great. Kevin, unfortunately, is on Glee now. And we had jokes written for the show about how Dan actually had lines saying about how Kevin's gone because he's on Glee now. We just tried to throw that in there. It's like a one-line thing, and ABC wouldn't let us say it. So, unfortunately, you guys know the real deal, but Kevin can't be on it. Kevin's in, what, 2 episodes maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin's in 2 episodes. He is coming up, but he had to go away.
Yes, you right there.
Hey, I'm talking to you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Can we just get you one time to say, come on?
Yeah, come on in!
One time? I'll say it all night.
Come on!
What?
One more time.
That's funny you said that.
I haven't seen it in so long. What was the line? I can't.
She just said
where you messed it up.
Right. Right. No, I know what you're talking about. I just don't want to screw
How'd
it
you
up.
laugh? How'd you
It's so dumb.
That's it.
You are really dumb. It's not exact. But
That was close
close
enough.
enough.
They loved it.
Dan?
Yes.
Will you go on a date with my friend?
For sure. When?
Easiest question of the night.
All right, we'll set that up. Wow, that was not a problem.